welcome to another Falcons Friday. Hey, I did just change the setting for y'all to be able to stream to y'all.
Yep, I'm about to do it right
now. Episode 2 of this Falcons Corner, here on Four Quarters, we're trying to be more consistent, bring y'all some content, follow our schedule this year. Make sure we get our Falcons Friday in. I try to promise you guys a special guest every week. Another week, we have two special guests, John and Mike from Outta Your Falcon Mind. You guys, I definitely enjoy watching your video. I was just watching y'all video earlier with Dave.
Oh, yeah, we love having Dave, man.
Up on game about how you guys thinking about these topics. And then, I got my boy AG, Mr. ATLAG.
Yes, sir.
50 Cent of Four Quarter. We in here, no doubt. Like I said, the day we get all four of us on stream, it'll be national holiday.
That's true. I think we were missing ATLAG last time. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I definitely made sure we got them on today, so we're gonna have a good stream today. How you guys feeling, John and Mike?
I feel good to be here, man. Dog, if you ever catch me on a podcast that's not my own, it's a rarity, man. Ask John, man. He do these by himself. So if I'm here, it means something, buddy. So it was good to be here, man. I'm so proud of y'all, and I wish y'all the best and just much success doing this.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're doing good, man. Like I said, better than we were like Sunday right after the game, and I think better than we were Tuesday or what? What we do our show yesterday? So yeah, Wednesday. So we're getting there, man.
Yeah, I definitely had time to decompress. AG, I know you was in attendance. How you feeling now?
Oh, he was in the building. He got to see.
So I'm gonna be real with you, man. In the building, it's just like being a season ticket holder for now 4 years is just like I've seen the team change and evolve year after year after year. But like the energy was and the people were there. It just was nothing to cheer for after Kyle Pitts scored his touchdown. And it really died down after that. And it became a Steelers game after that. Mm-hmm. So, I had to walk out of our bins just like, okay, all right, we'll be back. It's okay, we'll rebound. Like, it's not nothing bad, but at the same time, it's not nothing good, except for the good that we've seen in the first half of that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what it sounded like too on the TV. It sounded like y'all were hyped early in the game, and like it was loud as hell. You couldn't even tell that there was Steelers fans there. Then, like you said, like as it went on, it just kind of changed and just went the opposite effect, which sucks. But like those Steelers, those guys travel, man. It doesn't matter where they go. They're going to go with them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Speaking of, I was going to go through the injury report. I think Nate Landman, I don't know what's going on with him. They worked out some linebackers today, so it might be a little bit worse than what we think. And Caleb was limited. I bet you he is after TJ Watt pretty much.
Oh shit!
Is Nate a bit of a cause for concern for you guys?
It is for me, dude. Like that's our run stopper. Right? He's in our base defense, and I mean, he was definitely made his impact on that game, and I think he's got a quad and a calf now. So yeah, I saw it was like I think Quan Alexander and Rashawn Evans, and I can't remember who else we worked out. But yeah, I mean, that's the guy we want. I mean, I think Troy can probably play in the base, but he just don't have the same. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have that experience that Nate has, and that just downhill thumping that Nate has right now. So.
Right. Troy gonna have to develop a new skill set, and I'm here for it, dog. It ain't no excuses, dog. You're a football player. You got to step in sometimes and do different things. Troy's capable of it. He just got to calm down a little bit. But I have the ultimate faith in Troy to step in and do just as good a job, if not better. But shout out to Nate. We do need Nate back. I'm not trying to say we don't need Nate back.
Yeah, most definitely. Hopefully he doesn't miss any time. What you think, AG?
Mm-hmm. And he definitely, Nate is definitely the man that we need on the land. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the guy that's going to go ahead and stuff the run. He's going to read and react off rip. There's no hesitation when it comes to him.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of seen that with the 4th and 1 stop when he jumped over the line of
scrimmage. Yes, sir.
And tackled the quarterback. So, and they were actually coming towards us. So I seen him jump from the back of the formation, and I'm just like, was that Nate Landman just jumped over that? But you kind of don't you're not surprised because you've seen him perform when he's thrown into the fire last year,
Mm-hmm.
with Troy going down. But now that it's vice versa, it'll be good to see how Troy responds with the increased amount of playing time that he would get eventually from that. But I do think with Troy being in his third year of playing linebacker, like solid linebacker, you really want to see what you have in Troy right now because you have options that you need to weigh out
Mm-hmm.
coming toward the end of his contract because he's been injured for every single year of his contract almost.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, correct me if I'm wrong, but you want your players on the field when you got your players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
100%.
So
definitely.
that's just my take on that.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't have to miss any time, but I would really rather them throw JD out there than sign anybody off the streets. Because I want to keep our all Caucasian linebacker aesthetic. Like I like the way it looks. Really,
We're looking very mid-90s right now.
yeah.
Yep.
Let's just keep it going.
Keith Brookins style. I love it.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And we'll keep it going, and let's just let Troy get his playing time. I think Troy looked good the first game, but it was a kind of a split in the play time with him and Nate. I hate the fact that play Nate made kind of went to waste. I feel like that should have been a game-turning play that we could look back on and say, that really saved the game. But, of course, the offense kind of wet the bed in that game. And just transitioning into the first quarter of our stream, basically the storylines. Hopefully this will be the last time we have to talk about the Steelers game. And just any storylines you guys have coming up for the Eagles game. I'll let the guests, if one of you guys want to kick it off first.
The first storyline is JC have a whole club behind him right now. It's a whole nightclub vibe. I'm digging that, bro. I'm trying to come party. Like it's a whole club behind this man right now. Like,
Yeah,
that's dope, bro. I like that.
Appreciate it.
But storyline is the Falcon fans is what I talk about. I kind of trashed them. I love being a Falcon fan, but the fans here kind of get under my skin sometimes because they take pride in dragging the team just as much as winning. And that's a wild thing that they make memes and skits about their own team. It's weird, but you got to win to stop that. Instead of just asking them, please don't pick on me, you got to earn them not picking on you here. And the fans will check out. Like 2 or 3 losses, dog, the fans will check out and be right at the strip club at 2:00 on Sunday. So you got to start winning in order to keep them fans in the seats, to keep the jerseys selling, to keep everybody invested with the new quarterback, the new draft picks. We all excited. To keep that excitement going, you got to win one of these games. Like we cannot go start. We lost the first one to Arthur Smith, and some people left early, right? The whole fan base in 2 in a row, and then the Chiefs. You don't want to start 0-3, 0-2 with a whole new regime that everybody was just excited about. So that's my first storyline is the Falcon fans check out early and often. Man, it's too much stuff to do here. It's too much stuff to do here to be paying all that money for parking and that game and them seats and everything. Man, people will go do something cheaper. So you got to start winning.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it on our show. Like the expectation was so greater for the offense because we've been hearing about it for last 4 or 5 months about how explosive and how it's going to be, and obviously it was the exact opposite of that. So it was just like it hurt even worse. It was just like, damn, we thought we were going to have a competent offense, and for the first time in 3 years, and competent quarterback, and what's up, Smitty? And I mean, it just. Yeah, it didn't come together. And I mean, shameless promotion. I just finished our All-22 review today, and I just put it out on our channel. So I've watched it way more than I wanted to this week. And I mean, I'm just going to chalk it up to it's Zach's first game. I think Kirk's fine. Like watching, the rollout to Pitts, he looked fine. He's done the pistol before. Like he even said in his press conference, he's done it. I think 2012, 2013, he said, and that's even when he even watched Peyton, to put up like a parallel stance because they were worried about him not standing in the right stance, and that was another reason that it was hurting him. He's like, no, I'm fine. So I just, whatever you want to call it, man, Russ new system. The turnovers killed us. The offensive line killed us. It was just a combination of shit, man. And Zach's just got to be better this week. He's got to be better on Monday, and he knows it. And that was cool though, because he was like, man, it's 100% on me. And he was pretty open and transparent about it, which again we're not used to with Arthur over the last few years. So it was kind of nice to see. But that just the offensive. Obviously, just the offense, man. That's been the storyline, or one of the big storylines of the week, and that's just it won't go away until we at least, even if we lose Monday. I mean, if we lose and it's a tight game, we play our asses off, and you see improvement. I mean, we can all live with that, but we can't watch what we just seen again.
What you think, AJ?
Man, let me tell you one thing here. I give everybody their one chance to be a human. One chance to be a human.
Yep.
But you are a damn vet. Let's wake up the juices that got you top passing in the league, top touchdowns in the league. Let's remember that we got 2 running backs in the backfield, not 1 running back in the backfield.
Thank you.
We're not taking nothing away from Bijan Robinson. We picked him in the first round for a reason. But Tyler Algier has to be a vital part of this offense as well.
100%.
And it's not fair to Zach because, of course, he doesn't know that that's a good 1-2 punch. But after watching the film, I'm hoping he knows, like, he had 3 carries and 21 yards. Like, there's no way you can't put that into the game and affect the game in a meaningful way when you have a scat back in Bijan who can go into the slot and play slot receiver and still have that tailback in the backfield in Tyler. Like, it kind of hurt me the whole game to see, like, man, Ryan Cameron wasn't saying give the ball to Tyler at all. And it just kind of like makes you think, like, come on now. It's like physical against physical. When you play Tampa, you put Tyler in there to go against a big defensive lineman. You got a physical defense coming in. Why not match it with a physical running back? Not saying Bijan is not physical, but he doesn't weigh as much, and it's not as easy to drop the hammer like Tyler would.
It's just a different runner. It's just a different style. That's it.
Man, both just as talented, but in different ways.
Yep.
So I don't appreciate when people just the Bijan.
Right.
I get it. He's dynamic. He's more dynamic. He might could take it to the house. But if Tyler ain't effective, dog, he that peanut butter jelly sandwich, dog.
Yep.
Like that thing, he like them gray sweatpants. He all reliable, dog. He gonna get it done, dog. It's guaranteed, and he gonna rumble every time. So he can't touch it 3 times. That's unacceptable.
And Kirk asked. They asked Kirk about. The question was directed toward Drake London, like, how do you get Drake London more involved? But his answer kind of spawns off to Tyler too. He was like, well, when you're only running 50 plays on offense, it's tough, like, to really get everybody involved as you want to get it, which is true. They got to stay on the field longer. They got to get to these 60 to 70 plays a game, so you can get Tyler more involved, so you can get Drake more involved. And like Mike, like you said on our show, it's like you just got to make the decision to do it. Like, you got to just, you got to, especially against those like that front, like that's the only way you're going to beat them is run right at them. Like you can't let them pin their ears back and just like that, in that no play action. Not having that involved too. They weren't scared at all, man. They just
it was just like they knew what was coming every time.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to mix some things up, man, and make it to where they, like I said, I know it's your first time calling, dude, but man, you've had some weeks to prepare. Come on now.
Yeah, I storylines for me was really just the Kirk and the Zach thing. I'm really tired of analyzing Kirk's quarterback stance. I've never heard this many people look at a quarterback. But, bro, if he says he's healthy, then I'm just like, I'm going to take his word. He says he's healthy. Like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a quarterback coach. I'm not a football expert. Like, I just talk ball, but I'm not digging in to look at his dropbacks and his, like, to me, he looked fine to me. When he made the touchdown to Kyle Pitts, he got out of there. Like, when when I watched the All-22 and he hands the ball off and he goes through he's running, he's sprinting the plays out. He's not half-assing the plays. So I think it's more so he's just his clock is not used to game speed right now. And it doesn't help when your line isn't really giving him time, because on the plays that I looked at on All-22, like when he had protection back there, he didn't Only play I really saw he kind of, sailed one was the first one to Darnell that Dante Jackson should have picked off. Mm-hmm. He had a pretty good pocket there, but the first drive looked good, and that drive that we got the touchdown on, even though Ray McCloud had to, do some heroics on that drive, it still looked good. So I appreciate, like you said, the fact Zach Robinson took accountability for it. I appreciate the fact, Raheem not sugarcoating. He said, like, hey, Kirk looked bad. We look bad. Like, everybody looks bad. And even Kirk took fault for the turnovers on Rich Eisen. He said he's basically the center front of keeping the operation clean as the quarterback, and he takes pride on that. So it was bothering him. Kirk, I guarantee it was bothering me more than you because you have 100 million reasons not to be bothered. But I hope Kirk didn't fall off a cliff. I don't think that's the case. If it's so, I think we're just cursed at this point. And I just pray this team doesn't go into quarterback, that drought, even though we do have number 9 on the bench right now. Hopefully he can be the franchise. But I would love if Kirk can, give us 2 years of what he's been giving, the Vikings the last couple of years. So other than that, going into this game, I did a few stat breakdowns. The Eagles lead the series 21-15, and there's one tie in there. On Monday Night Football, the Falcons have a record of 15-28, and the Eagles have a record of 42-32. And then pretty much we know what Philly did last game. Saquon with 3 touchdowns, 132 yards from scrimmage. So Falcons got their work cut out for them, basically, with this matchup. The league says they have the easiest schedule, but early on I would disagree. So what do you guys think as far as our offense against their defense? Like what needs to happen? What key matchups are you looking at?
I mean, number one, it sucks that sorry, Mike, that Kirk is normally a pretty slow starter, and it sucks that the first 3 games obviously we were hoping to take game 1, but your second and third game are against Philly and KC, and you got the Saints coming in, so you hope obviously he gets it together quicker than usual. But so as far as Philly goes, I did see earlier that the AJ Brown was limited with the hamstring, which, hey, I'll take anything we can get, especially right. I mean, even if he's hampered a little bit, man, like just a little bit, even if he, that's if you're not full speed, that's going to help AJ Terrell out. But that's obviously a big matchup with those 2 guys. Then is, how's Mike Hughes going to fare against Devontae Smith if that's where he's lined up, or is D Alford going to be on Jahan Dotson? How because they move those guys around. Like sometimes I'll put Devontae in the slot, sometimes, and then I think hopefully cross our fingers we're not going to get killed by tight ends this year because we do have couple of good damn safeties, and then of course with Troy being in there on most of the passing downs, athletic guy who can cover most tight ends. So that Goddard's still a good player, man. But I mean, the biggest thing is force Jalen to turn that ball over, man. I mean, get some picks. I mean, y'all probably saw the spray chart of the Fields. I mean, I know a lot of that's Arthur Smith. Hey, don't throw it in the center of the field because you got Jesse Bates and you got Justin Simmons there, but there was not one pass thrown over the middle of the field last week against us. It was all to the hash, left and right, so to the boundary. So I mean, we just got to if we get those turnovers from Jalen, man, we got to capitalize on them and score touchdowns, get in the end zone, and I just hope that our defense kind of just builds on what they did and just get a little bit more tighter. We got a couple of blown coverages going to happen their first time playing together as a unit for a lot of them. So not too worried about that. But I mean, if the AJ Brown thing could be huge,
This game will be won and lost in the trenches, dog. And it's I said this on our show, but it mean more to me the momentum of everything because it's gonna take place either one way or the other. If it's not all about the name and the talent when you're on the offensive line, it's that cohesiveness and that attitude. So if you knocking people off the ball, then you do that every week, then you gain the momentum. Like, man, we could punish anybody, we could bully anybody. If you getting bullied, then that's still momentum. Like I'm soft, like everybody's stronger than me. Everybody, like we getting our ass kicked. And the same way with our defensive line, if they can't get pressure on dude, it's over. And if we can't block for Kirk, it's over. So this game is all about the lines and like I said, I just need to show it's an attitude game because they are more talented than you are. So now it's just how long do you fight? Or see how hard you fight if the dude is twice your size. I want to see my boys go out and kick their ass. I said this and I hate this about Atlanta, but people do view us as a soft team. And to knock that shit off, you have to knock people's head off. So I expect them to go out and knock the Eagles' head off. No, they from Philadelphia. They famous for a bell. Come on, bro. Like and it's cracked. It's a cracked bell, bro. The best thing about them is a hoagie. Come on, bro. If we can't beat them, come on. Because Pittsburgh and then Philly in the same state to lose, we can't do that. We can't do that. So again, man, I just need the momentum to shift because 2 in a row is bad momentum for the fans, for the team, for confidence, for coaching, for Kirk, for anybody. We just don't need that. We need a win.
AG, what you think?
Man, if I can find any more words to say, because I'm telling you, like it's already been said plenty of times. Like trenches and your skill players and the coaching and cohesiveness with your players. I I do think that playing a game against an NFC opponent will bring out more of a game plan, because that at the end of the day does have a lot more to do with your playoff contention at the end of the day. I do think this needs to be a playoff type calling game where it's like you're taking advantage of the clock, you're taking over the time of possession so that you have time to let your offense cook. Um, you don't want to have those stagnated drives where it's like you go 2 plays, interception, 4 plays, and then turnover, or you don't want to have those 3 and outs back to back to back to back to back and throw the defense on the field. The defense was on the field, I believe, over 65 plays last week. And I mean, playing defense, bro, the whole game is
Mm-hmm.
is crazy. Um, I shout out the defense because that's a first year unit all the way together, but they still held their own. Nobody touched the end zone. And kudos to the fact that we have Simmons and Bates back there protecting over the top. Because I mean, some of the times that I was seeing some of the routes they were trying to run, it was just like, okay, they're being cut off right here, and you're not getting there. That's why we have so many check downs down, and so many shorter routes were ran because of the timing of the routes being so long to run all the way across the field. But by the time that the routes are developing, our defense is already on it. So I
Mm-hmm.
do think our defense will be a little bit more comfortable game 2 and a little bit more confident game 2, in order to build off of what they know and what they've seen. And I do think that Raheem gets a little bit more involved with how much they blitz and how much they actually show some of the things that they can do on that defense within the defensive line and the linebackers, because sometimes it's better to put pressure on a quarterback or pressure on a team that Jalen Hurts has thrown 17 or 19 interceptions out of the last 20 games. So he's going to give you a chance to get those interceptions. And I think if he tries Jesse Bates or Justin Simmons, it's going to be one of those guys to get an interception. Because like we said, we got weapons on AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Goddard being the tight end of the middle. We have to continue to make sure that everything is accounted for. Because we can't go another game with, okay, we accounted for everybody but this guy. Or
Mm-hmm.
we accounted for the whole game plan, but we forgot to tell these guys when this guy is on the field, make sure that he's doubled. Okay, cool. But as far as the offense, I think this week is going to be a show me week. You want to be mentioned in the top 10 or the top 5 in the league? Show me. You want to say that you're together and you have the chemistry down pack, and it's a reason why we couldn't see y'all in the off season, regardless of the whole construction thing that we had going on.
Yeah.
Like, show us. Like, we're not going to seriously hate you all. Like, bro, we would rather know now, hey, bro, we're not gonna be as good, so we don't expect as much. But me being the Falcons fan that I am, I'm gonna always expect top tier.
There you go.
Like, like sometimes it always ties into what type of person you are too. At the end of the day, because if you're one of the people that's like, oh, you're gonna always tie yourself to the negative to the team, and never give the team credit for what they actually did do or did accomplish that game, because it might be, man, it's 16 more games left. It's 16 more games left. I'm pretty sure all of us predicted a 12-5, 13-4, 10-6 type of record. They gotta win and lose some of these games.
Mm-hmm.
We can't give up, and that goes also to attest what Mike was saying earlier and John was saying earlier. Like, the fans here are so wishy-washy to the point where I almost think that it plays off on the team, because the team feels the draft in the stadium when it's quiet as church in there. And I'm pretty sure that the coach is like, dang, man, we got to make somebody make a play. And then when they overexert that play and then it's a bad play, now the fans extra mad and they leaving. So, hey, we can't win for losing with the fans. They're going to be happy and mad with every decision we make. We could sign,
Dog.
bro. We could
sign Jesus. It could be Jesus on the field, bro. They'll be like, dog.
And they'll say fire Terry, bro. They'll say fire Raheem.
Yeah.
We just got out of Cap Hill, and they keep saying fire Terry. Like, why? Why?
That's what dog. They want your head for one game. If dog, it was people I know Kirk shit the bed, but it's people that like I knew we shouldn't have. He need to go. I'm like, dog, after one game, that's
one
ridiculous.
game. Yeah, making these proclamations, like, man, like it's and that we've seen teams every year that either don't want to go on to the playoffs or Super Bowl to start off with like a loss in the first and look like shit doing it. Like, I mean, the Bengals do it literally every year. Burrow looks like garbage every year when the season starts. It's like, but yeah.
I just want to say this: the first time you did anything, you sucked at it. I don't care what it was. So I mean, where these people get off all this arrogance, like if it was them, they'll do better. Man, I talk shit, but if I got hit one time, I would disintegrate into gelatin right on the field. I don't want to. I am not talking like I could do it, but I mean, y'all gotta be more brittle spirit fans. How you excited all year waiting on football, and then after one game you checked out? Come on, bro. That's a brittle spirit.
Cut it all off.
Well, it's like I talked about, like what with Zach, I was like related to like, I mean, you ever have a first day on the job? Like, I know it's not his first day on the job, but it's his first day actually doing his actual job that he's brought here to do, right? I mean, you probably, mess up the cash register, piss off a customer or whatever, you know what I mean? Or your first, you get into high school or college, you take your first test, you think you're prepared, and all of a sudden, like, oh shit, I just failed that one.
Right.
This is a wake up call, man. It's like, okay, I'm here now. Like I know what I got to change. I know wherever the preparation was, this has got to change. I know what I called. Like, hey, this needs to change, And I don't think he's as stubborn as Art was. I think he is going to change some things. So I mean, I don't think because Art was about as stubborn as it gets when it comes to just the offensive play call in general.
Right. You talk about a passing game coordinator who just went from passing game coordinator to offensive coordinator. Like, he went from controlling where Matt Stafford throws to now where's Kirk Cousins throwing and who's he going to hand it off to and when he's going to hand it off to him. How to get these guys involved: Drake, Kyle, Mooney. Like, because there's a mini Pro Bowl roster on this Atlanta team. Whether we want to, whether we
talking my language, man. Super Bowl,
bro. It's bro, I'm telling you, I'm that fan that's gonna give them the props. That's due, bro. Like, there's no way you have all these players that have Pro Bowl behind their name, all Pro NFL behind their name, like Walter Payton Man of the Year behind their name. Like, there's no way you cultivate all this stuff and there's no reason behind it. There's a method behind the madness, bro. And Terry and Raheem finally had the leisure and leeway to get these moves made because who's out of the way? Rich McKay. See you later, bud. Get about the way, because you're the middleman that's harboring this team with all the contracts, all the players that we had. Like, they're like, nope, don't get him. Get him instead. Nope, get him instead. Back in Cap Hill, same results. 3 years. 7-10.
Yeah. I agree with everything y'all saying. I love being a moderator. Just sit back and let y'all do all the work. But I looked up.
Hold on, JT. I got a question for you. So if we assuming Kirk was healthy, so we assuming ain't nothing wrong with his arm. He was assuming he was healthy. Who do you put more of the blame on for what happened on Sunday, him or Zach Robinson?
I ain't gonna lie to you. This is what I think happened. I really feel like when I went through my mind what the Falcons thinking, and I had some freaky outcomes. But
okay.
I really think they really thought they could half-ass beat Pittsburgh by keeping him on ice and just doing what they was doing. But they didn't expect for him to turn the ball over. They didn't expect for TJ Watt to do what he did. So, which is crazy. You didn't expect TJ Watt to wreck the game. But I can't blame a coach for he didn't make Kirk throw a pick. But Kirk didn't make himself throw a pick necessarily. Like, he got the offensive line not doing what they need to do. So I mean, it's kind of 50-50 to me, in my opinion, because the plan from the get-go was messed up. So it was
I got you. The premise was flawed. Like
it was flawed. But at the same time, the turnover, to me, you have to just take a sack.
Yeah, that's what I said, bro. Right. Remember how to take a sack, bro. Just fall down.
That's kind of what I was going to get into. Once again, I did a little digging. Everything I'm really about to say for the offensive keys kind of start with a T. First, you got time of possession. We lost that 35-24 last week or Sunday, whenever the game was. Turnover differential. We had 3, they had 0, and we could have had 5 or 6, to be honest.
Yep, fumble snaps.
We have to be better on third down, in my opinion, because we were 2 for 9 on third downs. I only documented 8. But the distances were 3rd and 6. We converted on the first drive. You got a 3rd and 13, 3rd and 10. You didn't convert those 2. You have a 3rd and 4, I believe, on the touchdown drive you got. And then it was 3rd and 2, 3rd and 17, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 11. You didn't get those. So the way you got to some of these third downs were penalties, just bad first and second down plays. So they need to do better with the distance on third down. For one, we can start converting once we get into third and manageable, but 3rd and 17, 15, 13, 11, you're putting yourself in a hard position off the get-go. And then I agree with y'all when y'all say get a ball. Tyler needs to be a factor in his offense. Somebody dropped it in the comments about, maybe they're not giving him the ball for contract reasons, but I don't think the Falcons are going to pay him anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're not going
to. They can't afford to pay 2 running backs because Bijan's going to get the bread eventually. And but that would be more of a reason to give Tyler the ball. Hell, I'm gonna run him to the ground because he ain't me. So
look, and I do want to say this too. I understand it's counterintuitive, but the number one way to stretch out time of possession and give the defense a rest is Tyler Algier.
Yes, sir.
That's the number one thing to do to solve both of those problems. And even it's the number one thing to do to get it in third and manageable more often. So it's not that long. So he really was the answer to a lot that I don't like when he get overlooked like that, because dude has been amazing for us since out the gate. And that's
since his rookie year.
So to shit on that man or to say he's like a B-class citizen or he's not as dynamic. No, he probably ain't as great on Madden as Bijan is. But as far as effectiveness within the game, dog, he's just as effective as Bijan is, just in a different way.
Right. And I think kind of when they coming in this year saying they want to use Bijan in that Christian McCaffrey role, I already knew. I'm like, okay, that's probably bad for Tyler. But I would like to see Zach Robinson be more adapt more to the game. You can come in the game with a plan. But if something is not working, oh my God, for the love of
that's John.
If I see Kyle Pitts blocking, stop blocking Kyle Pitts. He can't block.
Oh,
dude.
Him to be a freaking unicorn. Unicorns can't block, apparently. So stop doing it.
You know what's maddening?
We signed Charlie Warner, so why isn't he doing it?
Yeah,
dog. I said his chip block is like Lay's, dog. He can't just block one.
The big
he can't block one, dog. His chip block is like my chip block, bruh. Get out of there. He don't need to be involved.
I've seen him chasing on the block. I'm just
oh man, dog. It was bad, and he too big to be able to not at least chip somebody, man.
I mean, there was multiple times, man. Like, number one, not to rehash it, but like the idea to just to go one-on-one with TJ Watt was mind-blowing to me. But watching the 22 back though, Caleb actually had a couple of good reps on him early in the game, which probably, I don't know if that was like false hope for them. They're like, hey, he won that rep, but like they should have known better. Yeah, no shit. But they should have known better. But when they did chip him with Kyle, I'm like, what are you doing? Then Kyle misses a block on, I think it was Minka Fitzpatrick that Bijan could have broke and could have just went.
Yeah, Minka.
I mean, yeah. And then and what's also maddening is Kyle was also probably in the 3 to 5 times he was wide open. I'm talking about wide open. I mean, there was a particular play. I put it on our 22 review. He goes out in motion. I think it was Minka or it was in the safety went with him. Okay. So, and he was singled up and he's just running a go and we didn't throw him the ball. And I'm like, there's only so many times he's going to be singled and he's 6'6" and his speed, give him an opportunity, man. Let him go out there and catch the ball. And it was the play. We ended up going short to Drake and it was whatever. It was a completion, but like, and I know not every drive or not every plays you're going to have, Drake and Kyle being your 1 and 2, but you might want to look at it because like we drafted him at number 4. And I know it's not this regime, but we didn't draft him at 4 to be a blocker even half the time, man. And I know just like I said on our show, just call him a wide receiver. Screw it. Don't even worry about being a tight end. Like bring in Dwelly, go out and sign another tight end if you want an actual true blocking inline tight end. Let this guy go out there and play wide receiver. But we got it when he's open. And there was other times literally standing there like this. Like it could have been a short gain, nothing going on, nothing not being thrown to him. Like, dude, I don't know. And instead, we're missing the ball going to Ray McLeod, and thanks Ray, but I would prefer to go to Kyle if we got that opportunity.
That was a bad pass.
Even on the play when Kirk's first interception, he was targeting it was either Darnell or Ray, but Kyle was open on the out route. Even on the like the short route in the red zone first drive to Drake. If Bijan ran the wrong way and you could see Kurt like motion him, you should have went that way. That probably would have been a game. But if he had enough time, Ray was opening the end zone on the backside. If he was able to, go through it. But I do like the fact that we saw Kurt, going 1, 2, 3 during the game. You could see that because last year Desmond was just like one out there over with. But
somewhere. He look right at your head.
Yeah, I agree with you though, John. Like, man, more times than not, the first 2 need to be Drake, Kyle in that order. Like, it shouldn't always, Darnell can get in there too, but like, bro, it shouldn't have to be where he's coming to the third read to find pitch wide up in the end zone. He should have been looking at either Drake or Kyle need to be one because like I don't get it. Every game is not going to be a 100-yard game, but can we at least give them the volume of targets? Yeah, they don't. That Drake should not, bro. What do you have? 3 catches?
Something like that. It was nothing, barely anything.
If I'm like at some point, like Kyle Pitts, bro, don't ask me to block. You don't throw me the ball. No, I don't want to block.
Yeah,
it got to be some kind of balance. Like if you want me to bust my behind and block TJ Watt, even though I'm not good at it, I can give you more effort if I know I'm getting the receptions or I'm getting the targets. Like, and honestly, stop beating the dead horse. It's just not his. It's not what he's good at. So why waste the possession? Because I really peeped in football. You only get 11 to 10 possessions a game on average, and it's so tight. So why waste time trying to get this guy to do something he's just not good at? But
man, I can't even say, bro, on the touchdown, I'm sitting in my seat, bro,
screaming like,
see everything. You see everything happening, bro. I'm looking in the corner of the end zone. Kyle Pitts is just like dancing. Like, hey. Yo, I'm open. Throw it over here, bro. And it's like,
bro, he had to hit the quan just to get the ball.
He's literally clapping his hands like, yo, give me the ball. And it's like, Kurt, you looked at him and still wasn't about to throw the ball. He was like, bro. Like,
before we move on to the defensive portion, like, how do y'all feel about if this offense is going to be, pistol oriented? Because we've seen pistol the last 2 years here in Atlanta. Miami runs it a lot. LA runs it a lot. That's where, of course, Zach Robinson came from. But Kirk, he's best under center. Apparently, Kirk has been, aware of this since April. He said that they're being in collaboration with this. So I don't care what they run, pistol, Glock 30, shotgun. I don't care. Like, can we just do play action? That's what I want. I don't really care. I just want some play action. So you think we'll see more under center this week, though? Or
I don't know. I don't know. It could be like because I don't know if Zach is spiteful like Kyle was when everybody was screaming for Roddy, and then they take the first 3 passes. He just intentionally did it to Roddy. I don't know that he'll do that, but his explanation was the game flow didn't call for certain things, and they wanted to do some things they couldn't check into because of what was going on. I don't know. It just seemed like a roundabout answer to me, but. I'm down with the pistol too. Like you said, as long as you can do just mix it up, get some play action, make so the defensive line just not teeing off like they were last week. I mean, there's got to be some hesitation at least for the defense to think that you might possibly run the ball and not just drop back. But yeah, I mean, I don't care. And until our offensive line can prove they can really pass block efficiently, the further away he is from that line, probably a good thing too. So I mean, that does give him a few extra steps to get back and find somebody.
I kind of agree, but I disagree because I just feel like, dog, you put people in a position to do what they do best. If statistically we prove that you best up under center, by all means, get your old ass under center. Please. We paid you too much for you to be trying new stuff like as you get older. But that's dangerous to try new stuff as you get older. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I done been in jail plenty of times. Like, it's not the move, right? So I want him up under center, and the same thing with Kyle. Do what he do best. If the man don't block good, then run a route and throw him the ball. He need to be the first option if he a unicorn. You know what I'm saying? He said he was I think that was Kirk said, he dropped the quote, so he's the best player on the team on offense. If that's the case, he need to be the number one option. And then you go to Drake. And you just make people do what they good at, and you will have success. No, it's a true story. I had a stripper over here who stripped, but she tried to cook. The stripping was amazing. The cooking was ass. Right? Yeah. So you put people in, you make them do what they came to do and leave. That's
did you eat the food?
I ate the food.
Yeah.
I thought you was going somewhere else with that one.
No.
Oh my God. I thought this was going off the rails. But yeah, I did eat the food because I'm a gentleman, But I'm saying you put people in position to do what they do best, and then you have no skate, and then you have no excuses. I don't want to see Kurt trying to roll out or do something he's uncomfortable with, especially off an injury, man. So if statistically he best under center, put that man under center and let's go win a Super Bowl. We want to win a Super Bowl, man. I don't want to make the playoffs. I don't want to win 12 games and just say, oh, it was kind of an improvement. I don't want no tallest midget shit. I want a Super Bowl ring.
That's not very 2024 of you.
Yeah.
I definitely
get it to me, Johnny Yates.
They definitely got to start putting because
dog, I'm tired of the consolation prize. I want a ring.
Like you said, AG, it's too many names. Like, it's too much.
Yeah.
You got Drake, Kyle, and Bijan. That should be enough. But you got Tyler and Darnell to supplement.
Kirk, Jesse Bates. Come on, Grady Jarrett, Troy Anderson. How are you not in the running for?
I mean, offensively, we've been saying this for the last 3 years. I mean,
but now you have a quarterback.
Exactly. Now you got the quarterback.
2 running backs.
Makes it worse.
Right.
Yeah.
The best tight end is supposedly Come on, man. I want a ring.
Right. Speaking of some of those names on Falcons defense against the Eagles offense, man, how do you stop this Eagles offense? Because they got a lot of names over there too, and we saw they dropped 34 on Green Bay.
Even with Jalen throwing 2 picks,
right?
And fumbling the ball.
What do you guys think is the key? Of course, turnovers and pressure is always a good remedy, but what you think, John?
Tyler. Keep that man off the field with Tyler. I don't think he could be on the field. It got to go through Tyler. Like them long, methodical. He ain't going to get, like you said, he going to have like 11 tries. He should get about 7.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, the best defense would be a good offense for us this game. I mean, just have us stay on the field. But no, I mean, defensively, yeah, I mean, Barkley is going to be a problem. I mean, we did a pretty good job with Najee Harris. But, like, Barkley can catch ball in the backfield. He can do everything, and he can do everything in that offense. He's a pain to take down. We know that. Like, he's not going to come down first hit more than likely. So I thought we tackled pretty well in that first game. So, like, if we tackle well this game, that'll help. That AJ Brown injury, like I said at the beginning of the show, that could come into play if he's not full speed. But yeah, you've got to. And look, they were 4 for 14 on third down themselves against Green Bay. So they had a pretty bad night on third. If we can get them in the third down, and Jalen, like I said, force him to just be aggressive and make some dumb throws. But really, and we got to be pressuring him. When we do pressure him, the biggest thing with Jalen too, we can't let him out like last year with Josh Dobbs, with Kyler Murray. We cannot let him get out of the pocket and take off for 25 yards. So those rush, they got to be disciplined, man. Like if you stay in your rush lanes, keep him in the pocket, don't let him break contain. Like that's not because he'll take off. Like he wants to pass first, but I mean he has no problem taking off and then taking 4 guys with him whenever he gets hit. So yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be tough. But I mean, I think I have more confidence in obviously we should all have more confidence in our defense right now than we do in our offense. So, Mike.
He said, I imagine they got that donkey road. Yeah. I'm on board. But I really think that we will go to Philly and beat the shit out the Eagles. I really do think that with all my heart. I think that we will bounce back and we will show our fans and we'll show the world that we came to ball this shit. It's a different Falcon. So the thing that was hurting me was when everybody was like, same old thing every year. I believe it's all new coaching, a whole new swag, whole new confidence, all new players. We drafted a brand new quarterback. We got a brand new quarterback. How do you see the same old Falcons? I don't even know how you came to that conclusion, but we're going to kick the shit out the Eagles on Monday. Trust me.
Love it.
Man. He said, I'm hoping the Falcon fans break their foot. That's what we're going to do. And I want a little bit of blood on the tip of that, on the tip of that shoe. I want to go real. Yeah, we beat Philly ass. I'm talking about shock the world. Can you imagine when they got to talk about us all week? Yes, I mean, all the Falcons for real. That's all you're going to hear all week. I'm going to love it, man.
They ain't going to do it. They're going to talk about more about what Philly did.
Yeah,
that's probably right. Yeah.
What you think, AG? I know you the defensive guy. What we need to do?
Hey, I think you tell them to beat you with the run. Tell them go ahead, run Saquon up the middle. Drop one more lineman on the damn line. One-on-one matchups. Come on now. You got to get those one-on-one matchups. Get your guys. Make them have to play you. I said this on 2 different shows. Make every team we play have to play us. We have weapons on both sides of the damn ball. There's no reason we should be worried. Oh, they got them. Bro, it's all due respect. Everybody's in the NFL getting paid, bro. Everybody's getting paid in the NFL. But with all due respect, my team is ATL, bro. So I'm not finna sit here and tell y'all, oh my gosh, I'm so scared of this guy and this guy. We just paid a corner for 4 more years to lock down one side of the field. We got another guy that's on the other side named Mike Hughes. I mean, he didn't get his name called that much last week either. We got another guy, let's see, Clark Phillips. Okay. He didn't get his name called like that either last week. Justin Simmons, I don't remember them even having to call his name except for on a couple tackles. Jesse Bates, he's been prolific since he's been here. 6 interceptions, top of his career. Come on, you got guys in their prime now.
In their prime. Yeah, you're right.
There's a sense of urgency in all of those guys to win. And they know they have to, like, the simple fact they know that they have to earn the respect of this fan base, earn the respect of this city, and represent us the best way in order for us to show out for them. That just puts more fire under them to perform. So I think that they're going up there to Philly like, we're not going back to Atlanta without a dub, because if they don't show up in that Kansas City game, it's going to be a Chiefs game, and it ain't going to be nobody in there. Everybody going to be outside watching it from outside.
Yeah, I agree with everything y'all said, but like Mike said, they got to kind of get the plan back with that swag. Like, I was watching back then when Dion and them was here, like the Falcons had a swag to them. And we lost that swag. You know, Vic gave us a swag. You know, Julio gave us a swag. We missing on like Desmond Ridder. He didn't have no drip.
Sir.
Kirk Cousins ain't necessarily the fanciest, but he's a name. Like, but I think the defense with Judon, Simmons, Bates, we have that swag potential back to the defense. And I really can't say too much about the defense because you didn't give up a field goal. But I think this game will present different challenges because I think last week they was really just playing, not to lose. I think the game plan was pretty simple. And once they saw, how the game was going, they probably was just like, we can take 3 and probably be decent for this game. So I think it's going to take a little bit more effort this week against, the Eagles offense. But I definitely would, if I'm game planning for them, I try to make Jalen beat me from in the pocket. So I'm not worried about our rushing defense. I feel like, Pittsburgh probably just tested it the most it's going to be tested all season. They just damn near ran the ball the whole game. And even in the fourth quarter, them 5-yard games were kind of adding up, but they still held tough at the end. So
we might see more of what AJ was talking about. We might see more like that penny front that we thought we might see all summer. Like, we have Goldman in the middle there and have him flanked by Grady and Onyemata. That's a hell of a – you try to run through that. That's some big bodies and strong dudes you're trying to get through, man. And then
he looked last week too. He looked good.
Yeah.
That's one holding, but other than that, he was looking good in the middle.
Yeah, and the whole purpose of of that with the Rams was so you could single up somebody, because with Aaron Donald, he's going to get doubled, and that's kind of like whether that's Grady or whoever that might be on our line. That's there's somebody going to be left one-on-one, and they need to win that matchup. So we might see more of that. We just like we mentioned before earlier, hopefully Nate can play. If not, like I said, he's a big part of that run defense, but we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully.
He said something real good. He said the swag got to be there, and we need that player to step up who's dominating, who got confidence, who got swag, because we got the hardest uniforms. We got the hardest stadium. Right. We got like rappers at the games. It's the best experience you in Atlanta. Man, it's people that fly from out of town to come to our games. Chris, what's up?
Chris.
It's the swaggiest state. It's the swaggiest city, and it's like, when it comes to football, so we need to get that together. If we get that together, man, it's no place like Georgia in the world. So we need to get that together. ATL.
After week one, you could say the defense is going to be our identity, for the most part.
Yeah.
And which is cool. I would love to be known as a punch you in the mouth defense, because I don't even know if we've ever had that, to be honest with you. It's been a long ass time that we've been, like Mike, you always say, like, a team's worry about coming to play Atlanta, and it's, we're old enough. I don't know about you guys. The 2000 Ravens, man, like that defense was, that's what everybody talked about. The offense, they did their job, but there was nobody on the offense that would just blow you away. That was like, the defense was what carried that team. And I'm not saying we're the Ravens by any imagination. I'm just saying that could be our identity, at least after this. And then, and I even said before the season started that this defense might carry the offense for the first 4 to 5 weeks, and hope that we can win a few of those games until the offense starts rolling and getting it together. But, we like AG said, man, we got to get before that, so the stadium is not half empty by the time week 5 rolls around, or week 4 when the Saints come to town. So
you can't afford it to be empty when the Saints come.
No, man.
I think the defense this week is going to be key for them to force a few turnovers. Jerry Gray, he spoke on it earlier. He said, we played a good game, but we can do more by forcing a few turnovers. So
for sure,
if the offense needs help, we might need to get a turnover, and have them already on the other side of the field, flip field position for them. They might, can't sustain the long drives right now. So let's try to get a few turnovers, which I think Jalen, because last week he was throwing some bone. I don't know what he was on. He was throwing some bonehead plays, like directly to guys. And he was trying Jair. He was trying their best corner. So he'll give you a few. And I think we have to be opportunistic. Like when those opportunities, AJ, but I need you to clamp them, because we just gave your bank account a nice uplift. So you feel like we're going to need them.
Like offense too, like how much help do you need? Because the defense, if they limit a professional team to field goals and keep giving you the ball back, how many chances do you need to make a shot, bro? Like how many stops do you need where there's 3 points? Okay, it's your turn. Now 3 points. Now it's your dog. They're doing their job. And I told John, I don't know if you ever been like hooping and that guy come, like the little old dude, like just give me shit, and he keep missing. Like how many times we throwing you the ball, bro, before we just start the game up again? Like you can't. And I just feel like that, dog. They be giving our offense, and even last year, every available opportunity to win the game, and they just be juggling the ball, they just throwing it off the turf, they just throwing it into traffic. It's just it's hard to watch at times, but I really think that they got chewed out week 1, and the whole staff can improve. The whole team, it just looked like preseason.
Right.
I think the whole team will improve and we'll come out and we'll kick ass on Monday.
Yeah, I'm gonna say for like John said, them first 5 weeks, I think with the offenses being slow, this is around the league. I think you do have to lean on your defense a bit, but like you just said, Mike, at some point it gets to like, okay, we need to be complimentary. It can't be defense. Can you please bail us out? No, like Kurt, you getting 100 million, like do something. Like it's what I mean where they poking them with a stick, do something. Like damn, do something. Even if
you can't have that jail body, you ever seen that person with the jail body with the big arm with the skinny legs? It don't work. It gotta be balanced. Man. Balance yourself out. So long sustainable drives come through the running game and short passing if you're not that confident in the quarterback and when you're scared of the other offense. So
even if we can start getting 3, can we get some drives with 3? Can we get Cool out there to get some kicks?
Yeah.
We would have beat Pittsburgh last week with some field goals.
Yeah.
So like it has to be baby steps. I'm not expecting them to go out there and drop 30, but 10 is ridiculous. Like, bro, 10. Are you kidding me? Y'all put up 10 more points than I did, and I didn't even play. Like,
that's what I'm saying. 10 is unacceptable.
Yeah, that's not good. We have way too much talent, like you guys were just naming. But you guys transitioning to the last quarter. I heard you guys kind of giving your game predictions. John, I think what would you say? Falcons win?
Me, no, I said Eagles because I'm trying to do the reverse, the reverse jinx here.
I get it.
But yeah, so Eagles 31-20. I hope that, and I don't really believe that, but I hope that doesn't happen. So yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
I'm blocking John on all platforms after this. I just want him to know, like, I'm blocking him on my cell phone. No, I'm saying I'm never going against us. I'm saying we win, but 21-15.
Okay. AG, what you say?
Hey.
Come on, dog. Don't do it to me, man. I see you getting uncomfortable in the chair. Don't do me like this,
right here, man. I'm a hometown Dirty Bird fan. I ain't never turned my back on them a day in my life. We got to go up there and win. It might not be in the prettiest fashion, man, but I'm going to say 24-10.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that score.
Woof. Mike, I might be on the
definitive. I like it.
Mike, you might have to add me to the block list.
Oh, come on, man.
No.
I'm just kind of going off of my preseason. Like I had this one chalked up as an L. Them first 4 games I said 2-2.
That's what I said too.
I don't care the manner in which you get the 2 because now it's looking like you're gonna have to beat Philly or a combination of Kansas City or the Saints. So I don't know, but as much as I want to say a win, I just feel like that first week didn't inspire much confidence in me to really. I can't even pull it out of myself to like. Now
that sounded damn. That hurt me to my heart. That hurt my soul the way you just said that.
But like John say, I'm hoping I'm doing the reverse. Like, okay, surprise me. Surprise me. Maybe they go up there, handle business. It definitely got to look better than week 1, which I think it will because it's gonna be hard to look that unprepared.
The world watching.
Yeah, just don't embarrass us, please.
Don't embarrass me in front of the world.
Miami just embarrassed their fans on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
And for God's sake, don't let Jalen Carter go off because that's all we're going to hear for the entire season.
If Bijan have a trash game and Jalen Carter go off, man, I told you we should have drafted Jalen Carter.
That's all we're going to hear, man.
I don't know if anybody I can't say confidently they're going to drop 30 on us. So I'm going to give our defense the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say like 24 to like 17. I think that's a good score.
So we do better on offense, you say?
Maybe 24-20. Yeah, but if we was to win, I think I could flip the score the same way though, like around 24-20. About the same way.
Okay. Way to straddle that fence. Hey, he is on that fence wobbling. Hey, he might tip to either side of that fence. I love it.
I want to pick him so bad, but like I just said, that week 1 just looked bad. And then like John said, I'm more so looking at is the offense going to progress, not so much to win and lose, because we can very well be 0-3, and with the schedule, it's going to be the end of the world to the national media, but we can very well go on a run.
Yep.
But I just feel like this game is contingent on how I pick the Chiefs game, in my opinion, because I can flip that pick if they go up there looking a little bit better, because you come back at home, but if they go up there and get spanked, I don't know. I don't know, but I don't see that though. I think they got too much talent to go up there and really get spanked, but I think it'll be best for them to slow the game down Like, don't get into a shootout with the Eagles. I don't think
No.
not there yet. Like y'all keep saying, Tyler, give the ball to Tyler. You can run, Bijan. That's fine, but it needs to be a balance.
Baby steps count too, man.
Yeah, it needs to be a balance. So I'm gonna say 24-20, and it can swing either way. But if I had to be a betting man, I would say Philly. Let's see what some of these comments saying. They're saying 30-17. Man, they come out.
Don't rise down. That ain't the saying.
It's rise up.
28-17.
Rise up. Millie Mills, come on, man. Jamal, top 3.
Jamal.
Cool last second field goal.
24.
28. Okay.
We would have won last week. I would feel better about this week, but the way we lost. So that's how I feel.
A lot of people feel like that, so I understand completely.
We lose ugly again this week. I'm right there with you.
Oh man, I told you the fans gonna turn, bro.
I still think we're gonna beat the Chiefs, though.
Dog, if we beat the Chiefs, I ain't shutting up. I don't care if we lose every other game. I'm doing 3 podcasts a day. I don't care. I love it.
But I definitely
if the offense gels with the talent we said, like he just said, dog, we could hang 28-30 on anybody, dog. I mean on anybody. So we can compete with the Chiefs scoring points. With our defense and our offense doing what they're fully capable of, we could win the Super Bowl, man. We could win the Super. And I know that's counterintuitive to what you saw week 1. But like I said, some stuff start ugly, but I've had sex with an ugly girl before. It just start off a little bit slower. You drink a little more alcohol and you go for the goal, man. You feel me? I still made it work, so y'all can still make it work. It start off ugly sometimes, man, but it's a lot of teams that started off ugly. So I don't want everybody to just think that we sucked the Falcons. Dog, it was week 1 around the league. So you saw a lot of fumbling. You saw a lot of picks. You saw sloppiness. It's week 1. We will turn it around.
We started off low last year, and look how that went. So, I mean.
And we did a poll on Twitter. I just said, all right, after the first game, I said, what is y'all's level of concern, right? So I had not at all. It's game 1. A little bit. And then asked me after week 4. And then we got problems. 690 votes. 35% said we got problems, which is after week 1, man. And 28% said after week 4. More level-headed there. 27% said a little bit, and then 10% said not at all. It's game 1. So
that's me.
You were in that 10%, buddy. I was in the a little bit category because it was a little disturbing to see the offense act like that. I mean, like it was. I expected some rust and whatnot, but not complete like ineptitude. I mean, that was a little worrisome, but. Again, man, I got faith in Kirk to get it right. I got faith in Zach to be self-critical and look at what did not work, which was a lot of stuff during week 1.
Damn.
It was. I mean, there were a few good plays. Look, and the mesh play we ran that got Kyle open that called back for the hands in the face. Great play. I mean, fantastic play design. Like you had so much confusion, which is the whole point of running a mesh anyway. You get confusion in the middle center of the field, but like. Do more of that. Like, just do what works, man, and get your playmakers involved because and Kirk talked about all offseason. All I gotta do is get the ball to my playmakers. Well, we got to figure out how to do that, and we'll be in good shape.
If they utilize play action with this offense, though, I think that'll make it about 50% better, though, because it's
absolutely
add another element to the offense. You got pass, you got run, and then you got play action pass, and like. The run game was working, but once they got the button down on it and they know we're not gonna do play action, it's like okay. You have to make NFL players think because they're already fast as hell, like superior strength. You got to make them think a little bit, so there's that slight bit of hesitation. That edge can't just come crashing down. You saw TJ Watt. He's just going 100. He knows Kirk's not pulling that thing out. Like,
even none of us are coaches, but I mean, like that's kind of football 101, man. And like if you can freeze the linebackers or at least the ends for even a second or half second, like that can be enough to, make a completion over the middle or whatever. Get something done. Like, hopefully that. I mean, we got to see some of that this week for sure.
And again, it's counterintuitive, but the key in slowing down an aggressive pass rush is Tyler Algier right up the middle in their face. So he's the key to a lot of stuff, man. He's just unsung, so we got to involve him more.
Yeah, most definitely. And just wrapping it up, man, I think with this game, it's going to be a lot of emphasis on like you gotta play teams like Philly for all 4 quarters. Like you can't come out punching and then tire yourself out, then the 3rd quarter come out flat. Like Atlanta is gonna have to, even if you need to just keep the game close to the 4th, gather yourself and then try to give it a go. You're gonna have to keep the game close because that crowd is gonna be. I think Nick Foles is getting his inducted into something, Ring of Honor or whatever.
Yeah, Philly Ring of Honor.
And it's their home opener. They were in Brazil last week.
Yeah, they always give us.
Oh, they're gonna be
So the crowd's gonna be in it. You have to manage that crowd, but everything we saying is Tyler, shut up. It's 3rd down. Oh, Tyler up the gut. Just sit down. Wait to the next 3rd down. Like it's gonna happen. We're gonna have to take control of the game, and like y'all said, like stop being soft. I don't know if they necessarily soft, but that's what it looked like to me. Like a physical football team is Baltimore, Detroit, Philly to an extent. Like Atlanta, are you gonna be a finesse team or are you gonna be physical? You can be a bit of both, but now it's like I don't know what they are.
Well, you can almost look at Detroit how they used Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Like
he should be a carbon copy of Detroit, to be honest. Use St. Brown, use Drake London like St. Brown, use Kyle Pitts like Laporta, use Gibbs and
Montgomery,
Bijan and Tyler like how they use Montgomery. Like, what do we? I don't. Is it that hard for everybody to see? Because why can we see it, but the coaching staff or the players? But I'm not gonna start that this season. One game. I trust in I trust in Raheem. I see people. We should have got Belichick. Like, bro, it's one game. I trust Raheem. I trust Kirk, and I trust Zach Robinson. We got the pieces. At this point, it's about just them going out there and doing it because there's no more excuses this year. Like, what more do you need? I got you to be edge rusher. I brung you another All-Pro safety. Like, at this point, it's going to have to be on the players. Like, it's going to have to be. Falcons can use that crowd to their advantage with big plays. But we're already using the solid count in a home game, so they should be used to that. Fine. Yeah. I think our pass rush is not really going to be what it's going to be for a couple weeks because we got like those scrambler type quarterbacks. So, you can't really all out go at Fields or Hurts or Mahomes. But come week 4 against Carr and 5 against Baker, I think that's when you start seeing what they really can draw up. Right now, though, you like you said, just keep Jalen in the pocket. He's going to throw you 2 picks. It's just on you if you catch him or not. So, y'all about to make me talk myself into thinking these boys finna win the game.
I'm telling you, see, we getting there. It's a slow boil. It's a crock pot. It's the crock pot effect. Now I'm gonna get you there. I love it. Dog, I want to say something to the fans. Faith is having the feeling before it's justified. Right. That's what faith is. So have the feeling before it's justified. All y'all gonna come back around if we go on the street and be buying jerseys and talking cash shit. So just have it a little bit longer while we starting the season. Like, young, it don't make. He said, Mike looking like, hey, it's 20, but I'm that cold, baby. I'm that cold. I'm just trying to tell y'all, have faith that in your team. If you waited a year for this, we waited a year because football is very tiny of a window. So you waited a whole year. When they just come out the gate struggling, don't abandon the team. I'm done. I'm leaving early. I ain't rocking the jersey. I ain't watching the game. Jesus Christ. Reel it in. So, and you should still talk shit. I talk shit when we lost. And I'm still talk shit. I told John, here's how I pick the games. I say, man, we going undefeated. If we lose one, I say, man, it's going 16 straight. If we lose on Monday, I'm going to say 15 in a row. We going to the Super Bowl. I'm never coming off that. We going to the Super Bowl. But y'all got to have faith in the team because that actually helps when you at the game. Dog, it crushes a team's motivation to come back if half the fans leave at halftime. And they can see you leaving out. But come on, man. They can see you leaving, bruh. And then all them dumbass towels. Bruh, you brought a towel to a game. You should be, and it's yellow. I hate y'all. Like, I hate y'all. I can't wait till we play them again. Just because they was talking.
Hell no, fuck that. I don't want to play them ever again. We're 2-16 and one
away. Yeah. We done with Pittsburgh. Bruh, the Steelers have won 16 out of 19.
Stupid.
That is embarrassing. So I just say on Monday night, don't embarrass me because I talk too much shit. So I'm gonna get dragged profusely if you embarrass me on Monday night. So don't embarrass the great state of Georgia. 2 Chainz, T.I. Don't embarrass Future and all of us, man. Don't you do it. All right, rise up,
Man.
That comment right there, Bijan and Tyler have to carry us until Kirk get back into playing shape. And the pass just catch up with the run game. Yeah, if they running the ball well, Kirk, the least you can do is a little play action here and there. Well, you said you're not even hurt, so really, not the least you can do. Like, just do it.
Man, he could be John Elway, bro. He could do it very little and win the Super Bowl ring if he just don't turn it over.
Yeah, I was getting very much Desmond throwbacks week 1.
Oh, that's a ooh.
That might have been Desmond in Kirk's jersey, to be honest.
Oh man, this shot's fire. Woo! He said anything about Kirko. Yeah.
Well, you know what, too, and I'm sure y'all listen to Aaron on Locked On too, and he's been talking about the offensive line now for I don't know how long, about just not being as good as everybody makes them out to be. And I mean, there's some definite truth to that. I mean, we know we can run block, but that's only half of it, man. Like, we got to be able to pass block and be more efficient at it. That's where it starts. Yeah, exactly, Delilah. That's O-line, 100%.
That's why I 100%. Said the distance of the third down is what matters, because if I'm a pass rusher and it's 3rd and 14, I know you got to be back there for a little bit, because your players the routes got to develop downfield. But if it's 3rd and 4, you have more options on what you can do. It can be like Kirk Cousins should be eating on the quick game, because you got Kyle Pitts 6'6", you got Drake London 6'4", 6'5", whatever he is. They got big targets, so we should be good on the short game. So that's really what I want to see this game. Use the run game, use play action, and if you have to drop back, let it be 1, 2, 3, get the ball out.
Yeah,
because obviously, I agree with you. Arthur Smith built this line for a run, like the run game. They're not necessarily pass blockers. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Jalen Carter have I just know.
No, dude.
I know with our luck. I'm not speaking to the existence, but like I said, if Jalen Carter have a big game, I'm not even getting on Twitter afterwards. I'm not.
Yep.
Uncle Steve.
Screw the Eagles.
He said, trust me, I got 40 years of talking smack after Falcons lost. Why stop now?
Oh, man.
Screw the Eagles. Falcons so he said field goal too. I love it.
I see a lot of people saying that, but Kirk has always done that though. Like, he just
look. I mean, I'm 40. I grimace when I stand up. So I mean, like, I don't even that don't bother me.
Yeah. I feel like about the overanalyzation of his throwing motion and stuff. Like, if you go back and look, because even in the quarterback series, when he throws the ball, he just grimaces for some reason. I don't know why he does it. He
trying to get that power behind it.
Pat Mahomes has his tongue plays with his tongue out the whole game. Yeah. Like, I don't know why they do it. They just that's just what they do. But I definitely appreciate y'all coming on, giving y'all predictions. If I see another 2 nights, maybe I'll come around. But I'm gonna have to be on the opposition for now. But
by Sunday, dog, he's gonna be calling the win. I can feel it.
Sunday, I might spin around the 35-0 Falcons.
I love it.
It's that delusion that you gotta have.
Hey, that's how I live. I live on that planet, dog.
Y'all definitely make sure y'all tune in to these guys, because they are great. I definitely, like I said, appreciate y'all coming on, taking the time out your night. Hey, Jizzle, I appreciate any time we can get on together and make this special program. And make sure y'all subscribe to both channels.
Yep, I was going to say that for anybody that's checking in on our channel, make sure y'all pop over to 4 Quarters, man. Get them a subscribe and a like, man, for sure.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
With that being said, I'm about to get ready to go to bed. Sleep on this. Hopefully we get a dub, and hopefully we can get another one in later this season. If I end up running out of special guests, might have to double back on y'all, or we can come over there with y'all. Either one.
Hey, man.
It's all good.
Either way, buddy. We're good. Either way.
Appreciate y'all. AG?
Yes, sir. Hey, man.
And wrap it up.
Appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for coming on. Appreciate y'all for collaborating. We need to keep building this connection. Man, shout out to Mike, man. Mike, you sound like me. You sound just like me. I have never met another Falcons fan that literally, bro, I don't care what cliff I got to jump off. Well, it's Dirty Birds till I'm dead.
Oh, dog, it's on. Dog.
So
we lost and I was happy, bro.
Hey, As soon as we can, we got to make this happen again. But
Yeah, we got to do it.
it's
but after a win,
definitely, hey,
Right.
yeah,
so
hey,
we can
after a
all talk
win,
shit.
Yep.
After a win.
After a win, hey, we win on Monday. I see y'all on.
Oh,
Wednesday.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna come find y'all if we win on Monday. I'm telling you, I'm gonna come find y'all.
Yes,
I'm on social media somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Man, if we win on Monday, we might have to go live on Monday night at like 1 a.m. just for the hell of it.
At midnight. I'll
Just
stay
for the hell
on
of it.
Tuesday, John, if we win.
I
will not go to work on Tuesday, I promise you.
Man, hopefully, I'm hoping. We need it in the worst way, just for team morale, fan base morale.
Yeah, national 100%.
National
I
media.
cannot walk into work on Tuesday looking like Monday, Saturday.
Yeah. Yep.
Man,
you know what it is. Keep the faith in the boys, man. Rise up.
Yes, sir. Rise up, baby.
Into this stream, everybody that was dropping comments down in the chat, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, Outta Your Falcon Mind, appreciate you guys. AG, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all definitely tune in for whatever we got coming up and whatever they got coming up next. And until next time, y'all.